Have you ever read a good book and it really just changed your perspective on a couple of things, or you found multiple parallels in your own personal life or business? Patrick Lencioni is a genius. Man, as I look at the dysfunction among teams, and Patrick Lencioni names off 5 of them, I mean, the reality is there's a lot of dysfunction in the IT world. Case in point, I recently wrote an article on LinkedIn, and one of the things I found out was a lot of people just have normalcy. Let me even rephrase that. People have a lot of dysfunction and made it very normal. There's a lot of normalcy around dysfunction, is maybe another way to put it. I know some time ago, and I wrote about this in an article on LinkedIn, I'd been meeting with a prospect and potentially maybe looking at outsourcing their IT needs, and what would that look like? How would things be handled? Maybe some things to expect. Well, along the way, one of the concerns were, we're a fairly sizable organization. We in a month's time, we're doing around 250, 60, 275 tickets is what we're kind of doing in a month's time. And I paused, took my time processing that. And a question that was asked was, are you able to handle that kind of output from us? And one of the things that really took me back was this was expected. It was a normal thing and a routine part of their monthly business. Well, I thought, 275 tickets is a lot of tickets. And if you're asking if we could just take that on, the answer to that is I'd prefer not to. I would really prefer not to take on an additional 275 tickets from you guys. But what we can take on is between 60 to 70 tickets, because that, as an organization side, is what you should be expecting. This kind of paused here in a conversation, caused some funny looks from around the room. And one of the things I said was we can predict what a healthy and efficient organization looks like. And by your size, by what you're describing to me, you should be between 60 to 70 tickets a month. I see so many people get used to dysfunction, and we start treating it as normal. And so one of the things that we're trying to help people understand is in IT efficiency, most people are looking at the help desk and they're trying to measure success by how fast or how many or how quick we are to resolve issues on the help desk side of things, which, to be fair, is a very important measurable, very important metric. However, one of the things we look at is how are we reducing the amount of reactive tickets coming into an organization at any given moment. We can help predict the outcome. How? Just take a look at a lesson from Patrick Lencioni. A lot of this comes down to game planning, business planning, looking at some of the dysfunction areas. There's a lot of, quote unquote, skeletons in the closet, especially when it comes to IT. And through proper business planning, we can actually remove those from the equation and actually help create a predictable outcome for a help desk. Because if I can be pointed as to say this, once we stop working on help desk issues, we can start getting strategic. How can we help your business be more competitive, outlast your competition? How can we be strategic in reducing your operational costs? You see, so many people try to treat this as money in, money out, where there's a lot of variables as to how money comes in and how money goes out. And for us, one of the ways that we look at doing that is getting strategic about the way we business plan with you. And so just like your IT can be a little dysfunctional and maybe all of a sudden treat it as normal, we help peel back the curtain, help walk people through our process. Just like you can have dysfunctions of a team, you can also have dysfunctions of IT. So how do we know, and how do you calculate how well you're doing in a month? So I explained this in the article I wrote as well, but one of the ways you can look at how many tickets your organization should be having and handling in a month is take your employee count, take your organizational size, and essentially divide that by 4. And that is how many tickets you should have. Operationally, from the IT side of things, you should be experiencing 1 ticket on average for 1 in every 4 people within your organization. Anything more than that is usually indicative of a problem and should really be addressed at a business level. See, so many people think that you just need to upgrade or push technology, when in fact the opposite might also be true as well. You might actually be causing more problems and creating more reactive work than is necessary, because when reactive issues come up to our help desk, it's twice as expensive for you as it is for us.